Hello, I'm Steve from inHope, and just really grateful and thankful to be part of your Advent journey. I want to share some stories from this year, which will hopefully be stories of hope. 2023 has been a difficult year for many people, but actually, amidst all the challenges, there's been opportunities and stories of hope. So I want to share some of those as we go through the next few minutes together. I want to talk a little bit about Maria to start off with. Maria was 42 when she came to Spring of Hope, our women's night shelter, earlier this year. Maria had spent her life running away from different people, from different things. She'd grown up in Somalia and had to flee abusive situations there. She had been trafficked to the UK. She ended up in Bristol looking for her long-lost brother, and she found him. She tracked him down and thought, actually, great, I can settle down. But her brother's wife turned out to be quite a nasty woman, particularly after a drink. And Maria, earlier this year, February this year, found herself homeless on the streets of Bristol in those cold, dark nights of February. Fortunately, a proud Bristolian, Samaritan, if you will, found her and brought her to Spring of Hope, where she was able to, for the first time in years, have somewhere safe to stay, somewhere warm, somewhere soft to lay her head. She could have food, she could have showers. And she stayed at Spring of Hope for about a month while she made links, while she started to build her life back together. And now, a few months on, Maria is living in a shared house. She's got her own room in a shared house. She has a part-time job. And she says that actually, once she moves into a full-time job, she wants to come back and volunteer and help out Spring of Hope so that she can give something back. Little stories of hope like that have littered this year. I could talk about Ollie, who came through our life recovery program, who had spent many, many years taking Class A substances and has now, through the work of the life course, has managed to get his life onto an even keel. I could talk about the mum who came to our food bank last Christmas. He broke down in tears when she was given Argos vouchers so that she could buy her family, her children, Christmas presents. I could talk about Bryce, who came through our life recovery program as well, and has spent a few months on one of our kind of pilot work placements with a company, with Optimised in Bristol, and has now been offered a part-time job for the first time in years. There's so much to be grateful for, and so many stories of hope that litter this year in the challenging circumstances. Couple of things that have happened at inHope. We've opened and had two Hope into Action Bristol houses that have been open throughout this year, and we're hoping to open two more next year, places where people can move on after times of homelessness. And we're really, really grateful to God for the reopening of Spring of Hope, for the women's night shelter that had been closed from the pandemic for all sorts of reasons, but in May this year finally was able to reopen, is now open 365 nights of the year. And since May, 72 women have stayed there, some of them just for a night or two whilst they settle. Some, like Maria, have stayed a bit longer and have managed to rebuild their lives. But I think that probably it is a story of hope. It's also a sign of the challenges that we still face going into next year, going into 2024. The cost of living crisis is still here. People are still finding it difficult to pay for their homes, to heat their homes. The Wild Goose is our day centre. I know it's much loved by many people at Abbey, but we've seen up to 180 people come some days for lunch or for breakfast, and the number of people sleeping rough on the streets of Bristol is going up. So there's so much to be thankful for, but so many things to pray into as well. We, as a charity, as inHope, really value the support of churches like Abbey, and we know that, God's compassion and God's love for everybody in Bristol is on your heart as much as it is ours. So we just thank you for that support and look forward to working together in 2024.